I spent 3 months missing every sign she gave me. Then, one night, I read back through every text and realized she told me exactly what was happening. I just didn't know how to listen yet. I was so desperate for answers, I went back to read everything, and I realized she'd never disappeared overnight. In fact, she left in slow motion, and I watched it happen without realizing it or seeing it. That's how I'll phrase it. So, I'll get into it. There's an ex I had, my first girlfriend, right? A lot of guys, they think about what it'd be like to get their first girlfriend. I had the same mindset, even if I wasn't entirely focused on it. We dated for about 3 months, but when it was all over, there was one night I remember specifically. That night, I missed her voice. I'd gotten so used to her presence, being a part of my family and my daily life as well. Even though it hadn't been so long, I reminisced about her laughter. And this was it was a long distance relationship. So after I had been blocked, I went back to read our messages. That's all it felt like we had left. Just our remnants. You can say, I saw how much effort I put in. You can say I was the paragraph guy, sending like loads of sentences for no reason. It wasn't necessarily worship, it was kind of a form of overloading in a way. Now, I know that's gonna be relatable for a ton of people. Oh, excuse me. I showed her too much. Because, a sense of mystery is a part of interest. I crowded her in a way with all the sentences and words. That's not what she wanted necessarily. It pushed her away, and I saw that her excitement died down with each message. It looked like it was her responsibility more and more, that I was her responsibility more and more. I could tell that night I looked through the messages. They became more dry. There's so much less effort, less excitement, and it all clicked in my head. I didn't want to admit it to myself that it was my fault, but at the same time, it was the greatest lesson I've ever been taught in my life. I'm only 16, but it affected me on a deeper level. And I thought we were doing okay. I didn't get any clear signs while we were in that relationship that things were going downhill or just cracking. And I didn't realize how I was taking too much of her time, forcing too much of herself. or forcing myself for her. I also kind of lost a little bit of myself in the process. You know how people say taking personal time? If that's really important after all. Like, I used to, like, before her, I was able to get everything I wanted to get done. I didn't really have to worry about making too many schedules. Sure, you could call that a time management skill or problem, whatever. But it shows how much time I put in. I remember my skincare started going downhill because I didn't get careless. I sort of got too focused on her, and I'm sure that's what you can see now. It was also never about how much I gave her, even though I kept giving her more, and she kept getting pushed away more and more because of my, what was it? I wasn't clueless. It was my first relationship, and I didn't know how they worked. I didn't get taught anything. It was also about where she was as a person, not being prepared. And I wanted clarity so bad that night, I didn't promise myself I would find it. I simply just saw. I saw it happening after it already happened. I guess that's how a lot of people work after all.